Hello everyone, and thanks for looking in. I'm Alan from my Narrowboat venture. I hope you're all keeping well, and a big hello to any new viewers that are watching. If all has gone to plan, you'll be watching this whilst I'm out on my Easter cruise. I've been itching to get out again for some while, but the weather has been against me and other commitments and so forth. So what you're about to see is a look back at my last month, mainly filmed in and around the marina. But towards the end of February I did go to what I always call the Motorhome show at the National Exhibition Centre in Birmingham. I did film my sort of outward journey. You're not going to see a lot of the show. I went there with a view to having a good look around the accessory shops. So what you're going to see is very brief. I am sorry for the noise when I'm on the motorway. It is a little bit difficult to hear. I bought a few things there which I was pleased about, and one of the things I bought is this. So what is that, you're probably asking? Well, it's a little table. At the back you've got the leg. You pull these two pieces off, you put them together like this. Oops. And push that in there, and it makes a table, which could be handy if I'm sat on the towpath or if I'm out in the camper van somewhere. It could be a useful little thing to use. And that was only £4, and I thought that was quite a good buy. I've obviously not used it yet, but I was just having a mooch around to see what sort of things were available, and I did buy one or two other things. Later on I will talk more about my cruising plans. I'm not going to say too much, but I'll let you know what I'm about. But for now, let's get on and watch today's vlog. I hope you enjoy what you're about to see. Hi, and thanks for joining me. Hello everyone. I'm on my way to the National Exhibition Centre in Birmingham to attend the Motorhome show. I normally go, it's held twice a year, in February and October. I haven't been out for a long while really. I know I've been out on the boat, but I don't get out and about as much as I used to, so I'm just seeing it as a day out. I'm not intending to do any serious filming, anything like that. I just want to go and chill out. I'll take a few snapshots, no doubt. The good thing about the Motorhome show is that motorhomes are 12 volt mainly, like narrowboats. So I can look at equipment and stuff like that will suit both motorhomes and the boat. But really I just want to have a mooch around. I'm not looking to change my camper van, please don't think that. I just like to look around the accessory shops and places like that, see what's new on the market, see if there's anything I must have that I don't yet know about. So I'll see how we get on. Here just queuing to get into the car park. It's busy as one would expect. Long queue for the buses. They have show buses that run you from the car parks to the event, to the exhibition halls. Up. Just got to sort myself out and I'll be off. I spent most of my time looking around the accessory stalls as I said I would. So I didn't really do any filming. I just took a few still shots, those that you see here. Somewhat different to my usual style, but I really did want to mooch around for myself. I was very tempted to buy this beautiful motorhome, but its price with the VAT, just under 500,000, rather put me off. I'm just leaving the exhibition centre now. I'm out of the main area, about to join the motorway, or very shortly to join the motorway and head back. I'm not sure how long I was there for. I didn't really record what time I arrived, but I know it was over 4 hours. Most of my time was spent looking around the accessory shops. Apart from the big motorhome that is just slightly beyond my reach, unfortunately. The VAT brought it up to nearly 500,000, and I thought, nah, I'm happy with my little camper van. These bags get heavier and heavier every time I lift them. They're 25 kilo bags. Some coal comes in 20 kilo bags, but these are the heavier ones. What a day. I used the barrow from the coal store, so I now need to take this one back. Weather. It's terrible, isn't it? Oh. We knew the snow was coming, so it's no surprise, but even when it's here, it's not settling or anything, and it's very cold indeed. Have a look at the boat, shall we? I'll be glad to get back on the boat. Nearly there. Soon be home. It's what we want. Get in the warm. With a nice cup of Yorkshire. Oh, snow down here. Oh, it's not very pleasant out there, is it? Get inside the warm. The fire is on the go, so I'll soon get warmed up. nice cup of Yorkshire tea in this wonderful mug. The people that made this mug for me, Julie and Martin of Julie's Jugs, have noticed when I've been using it that the name has actually worn, and they've very, very kindly said they would make me another mug, which is so good of them. I haven't got it yet, but it's so nice for them to think of doing that for me. That's Julie's Jugs. If you do a search on Google, you'll easily find them. They do a lot of canal artware of all sorts, so well worth checking them out. So thanks to Julie and Martin for this lovely mug. I've had the mug for, I should think well over a year now. I can't actually remember, it's so long ago, but it has become my favourite mug. It's late afternoon and I'm just off to see the dentist again. Keep an eye on the weather. You'll note very shortly how quickly it changes. From what you see now to what you'll see in half an hour's time. Just turning onto the road that leads to the marina. Certainly wasn't expecting this, I have to say. It's nice to see, isn't it? There's no doubt that it is very nice to see, but it soon loses its flavour. I've not had my early morning coffee, so I'm going to nip back to the boat and warm up a bit. It's not actually very cold, but I wrapped up well to come out, as you can see. About 2 inches deep, I would say. Oh dear, what must I look like? I'm going to have that mug of coffee now. Catch up with you later. That's hot. Well earned, I would say. Well earned. Cheers. No signs of it stopping. The snow has kept coming overnight and it has settled again. Filmed when I was volunteering at Watford Locks, I'm filling the pound between locks 2 and 3 as it was rather low first thing in the morning. And here we see the first boat of the day, a working boat from the Rotham group entering Lock 2. Once it's dropped down, it will cross the lower pound, enter the bottom lock, and then be on its way again. I'm doing some magnet fishing to try and find my chimney cowl that blew off the other day in the very strong winds. I'm not having much success. I think I'll now look behind the pontoon because it's very shallow here and I'll be able to drag along the bottom far more easily. I've done a lot more fishing than it may look. I haven't just plonked it in and pulled it out. I have pulled it along in various places around the boat and there's a gap behind me where there are two boats missing, as it were. I've been in there as well. I've been on this side behind the pontoon and no luck. I've just shown you a brief glimpse of what I've been doing, but I have been up and down all over the place with no success. So I'm going to have to accept failure, I think, on this occasion. I did have another look for my chimney cowl by prodding around with my boat hook. And I was being rather lazy that day. I thought I'd just do a little bit of filming with one of the smaller cameras that I use. I struggled to mount it. I wasn't using a tripod or anything. I was trying to mount it somewhere where I could get a little bit of film to show you what I was doing. And having found somewhere to mount it, I switched it on, and there was an error with the micro SD card. And you know, my heart sinks when that happens. So I did the filming with my normal Sony camera, my AX53 video camera. But later on I did look at what had gone wrong, and what I found was that although there was data on the card, it was not accessible. So it's showing there's nothing on the card when I know there is, if you know what I mean. It's all very, very peculiar. Well, I've not had any success. I've had a bit of a prod around, but I can't find anything. I've come up with a solution though. I think if the boat wasn't in the bay here and someone came along with a magnet and had a ferret around, you never know, they might find it. I'm just a bit fearful of getting the magnet caught on the side of the boat. You saw the magnet I was using was a small one, but I do have one sort of this sort of size, but I was reluctant to use it. So I'm going to give up on that. I hope you enjoyed that look at my last month or so. I'm just going to say something about the problem I had with the SD card. This is a standard size sort of SD card. This is actually an adapter. The micro card is this little thing here. I'm sure many of you are familiar with these. A lot of phones seem to have them these days, and they're very popular in the smaller cameras like the GoPros or DJIs. When they're in a phone, they're normally just sat flat, so they're not at any risk. But when you put them in a camera, they're sort of sprung loaded. And if you're not careful, when you try and get it out the camera, it pings off somewhere. That can be a bit of a disaster when that happens, particularly if you can't find it. So I'm just going to advise what I think might have gone wrong. What I normally do to get the data off of this little micro SD card is I plug this adapter into the side of my laptop. Then I open it up and I can download everything, and that's fine. Now, once before, I recall that I removed the card from the adapter whilst the adapter was still in the laptop, and I think that corrupted what was on the card. Now, I don't recall doing that on this last occasion, but I am wondering if that is what the reason was for the card's failure. I have now formatted it. That takes about 2 hours, and it shouldn't give any further problems. And I didn't lose any data because I had already copied everything over. But it's still a very worrying problem when it occurs. So there's a little tip for anyone that uses a camera. I think if you're using an adapter and you mistakenly withdraw the card from the adapter whilst it's still in your laptop or computer, you may corrupt the card. So be extra careful with that. Just put that to one side, don't want that blowing away. Earlier I said I'd talk about my cruising plans. I'm not really going to say too much about that. I should be out on my Easter cruise at the moment. Normally I'm working on several different projects at once, so I always know what the next video is going to be, but on this occasion I don't. But what I do need to tell you is that I'm thinking about making some changes to how I go about managing my narrowboat venture. I don't want to say too much at this time because I will be making a more formal announcement about what my plans are. So look out for that. That might be the next video I publish, I really don't know, but I'm not giving up or anything like that. I am going forward, but going forward in a different way, and I will say a lot more about that at the right time. So for now, all that remains for me, well, I did say I was going to talk about my cruising plans, but I haven't really done that, have I? Sorry. When I come back from my Easter cruise, I'll be going down to the southwest to visit my daughter and my new grandson. And I'll visit my other son Simon and my grandson Ollie while I'm down there. When I come back from that, I very sadly have to go to a funeral of my uncle. He's the last of that older generation. He was 90, he passed away very recently. I haven't really got many plans for April yet. In May I have Steam on the Levels at Weston's Oil and Pumping Station. I'll be going down for that. And the week after that is the Creek Boat Show. And whilst I hope to get out and do a bit of cruising, I'll probably do that locally. And then in June sometime I will set out on a much longer cruise. Quite what that will be, I do have something in mind, but I'm not going to reveal that. That will be a surprise like it was last year. So that all that remains for me to say now is many thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Look after yourselves, your friends and families. Take the utmost care. Until next time, bye for now. Bye everyone. Bye.